tracks of a black bear, the front track and the hind track. Notice the shape of the heel pad here. Actually, this is the palm because it's the front track, and this is the hind track with the longer heel shape, split into two parts. I kind of call this a kidney bean shape right here. That's what it resembles to me. And the narrower end is the inner side. So this is the right front track of a black bear. The same applies here on the hind track. The narrower side of this pad is the inside. So this is the right hind track of a black bear. Now this bear came along the skirt road here. Left us a few more tracks. One that's not really great, but good enough. These tracks have been worn during the day, and what's attracting the bear is this food source here. Berries. And look there, an apple tree. So to get to this apple tree, the bear had to go through a blackberry thicket. And this apple tree, less than a week ago, didn't have broken branches like that. That happened because the bear climbed it. Here's how it got in there. Through the berry thicket. Look right here. What happened here was the bear damaged the plant as it went through, knocking it over. This used to stand up like that, but the bear knocked it over, and this is knocked over in the direction of travel. You can also see where some pieces of the bark have been removed from the plant by the rubbing action of the bear going through here. There's another damaged branch. Notice the rubbing here. I found a piece of bear fur clinging to this branch right here. In here you can see more damage that was done by the bear to this blackberry thicket here. It's composed of blackberries and a plant called coyote brush and a few other types of trees, plants. Notice the trail that's been trampled into there by the bear as it got to the base of that apple tree over there. As we zoom in to get a little more close-up look here, you can see where the branch got broken right there, and you can see some faint claw marks on the branch right there. Yesterday there were actually 2 branches on this tree. The bear's been back. The apples aren't very big. They're little tiny things. About an inch long, or inch wide. But they are a food source, and bears love apples. In the background there you can see the fallen branch. This was the second branch that was on the tree yesterday, which has now been broken off. And if you look closely at the bark of this tree, the trunk here, you can see scratch marks where the bear climbed it. Looking even more closely, here are a couple of apples that have fallen from a branch up there. Right here. The tree itself is in the background there. As you can see, they're not very big apples. They're really tiny. But it is food, and bears are hungry this time of year. It's late fall, so they're putting on fat for their winter sleep. In this area, they don't really truly hibernate. They can be awake and active in January, December, when it's really cold, but there are very few food sources. So most of the time, in the wintertime, the bears here will actually sleep. I can't get in there because of the stickers on these bushes. These are blackberry bushes and they have a lot of thorns. But you can see that the bear isn't bothered by the thorns at all. It just literally walked right on top of the berry bushes to get to the upper branches of this tree that it couldn't reach, because that's a very thin trunk. And the bear had a difficult time climbing that trunk and getting to the branch out here, because that branch is probably only 3 inches around, so it's not very big. But in order to reach those branches, the bear used a very intelligent technique. It climbed on top of the berry thicket, which gave it enough height that it could reach up and grab that branch and bring down apples. So that's some fun examining the site where a bear has been eating apples and destroying the apple tree. I wanted to show this from a different angle. There's the tree right here in the center, with the fallen branch over there. And notice the different color of the leaves here that have been turned over. Normally the lighter side of these leaves does not face up like that. The reason it does in this case is because the bear's been walking on them and disturbing them. You can see it even got up on top of these. But in order to get to this branch of the apple tree, it stood on top of these berry vines. Notice in the background there the trampled area underneath where the bear was able to get through the brush rather than going on top of it. It's also been in here eating the blackberries, which are ripe, and they're at the tail end of their cycle right now. So very soon we won't be seeing any more blackberries, but the acorns are beginning to ripen now. So the next crop that I expect to see the bear taking advantage of is the acorns. This is the only apple tree in the area, and it grew here from a seed probably dropped from a bird scat. It was not planted here, and the bear found it. This is actually the first year when this apple tree has borne fruit, and it's also the first year that it's been attacked by a bear. Well, not attacked, been eaten. So bears are smart. They use all food sources in their environment, and they love fruit trees. Fun, huh? I love tracking bears.